Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Trish Tio TV. So today I want to talk about SHERLYN ANYANGO, who has been giving a lot of interviews of late about her life. So the interview that really started sparking renewed interest in her is the one she did on KTN on a program called Straight Up. So I'm going to play a soundbite of what really ignited all this renewed interest in her, and then I'll follow on with my commentary.
Very simple. Okay. So, what would you say how that experience was? Just hivyo tu. How ilikusaidia ama ilikusaidia? Very simple question.
Okay, honestly kuna parts zenye ilinisaidia na kuna parts zenye hazikunisaidia. First of all, I created a space. I would like to talk to ladies. Oh, sorry. Because I was talking to you. So, I created a space where it was not really good for everybody. It was not really good for everybody. And I would like to tell ladies, whatever you put out there, just know people are watching. Don't put...
So, on that soundbite, somebody was inquiring about her participation in Club COVID. So if you don't know what Club COVID is, it's some dancing sessions which were introduced by a guy called Christian Della on his Instagram live. So during lockdown, he decided to start a session whereby he would invite ladies to dance, and most of them were really dancing provocatively and were scantily clad. So he would hype them up, they would dance their lives away. Then the audience were required to make payments to Christian Della to be able to watch the shows. And then eventually Christian Della would give the dancing ladies a cut of what he'd collected from the audience. So SHERLYN ANYANGO happened to be one of the dancers on Club COVID. And the reason why she got so famous is because of the way she's built, as in she has a very voluptuous figure. And I think she was really dancing raunchily. So a lot of audience found her to be entertaining. I don't know why, but most of the audience were guys. So because I'm a lady, maybe I don't understand what the fascination was. So anyway, if I can go back a bit, SHERLYN used to be an employee at Citizen TV. She first joined Citizen as an intern after graduating from Kenyatta University. And after some time, she got employed permanently. But I don't think she was really satisfied as an employee. So she started doing side hustles. She started selling clothes online. But then after some time, she just decided to resign from her job because she wanted to put all her focus on her businesses. I think the entrepreneur spirit within her was very restless. So she left the job behind, went full on, started selling clothes online, but the business was not profitable like she expected it to be. So then she also started rearing pigs, but unfortunately, all the pigs died. I don't know whether it's because the people she left them to handle the business were not well versed with what it takes to successfully rear pigs. So she incurred a lot of losses, and that time she was jobless. So she became so broke. In fact, it's her sister who bailed her out time and time again. So during that time, the Club COVID thing started on Christian's platform. And then a former high school mate contacted her and suggested that she joins the Club COVID thing. But then she was not really keen on it, but because the friend insisted and told her she would make a perfect candidate, she actually tried her luck, was accepted on, and the rest is history from there. So she did her performances, the audiences liked her. In fact, at first, she was not interested in the payments that Christian was giving her. But then later on, I think she managed to learn the tricks of the game. So she managed to get a lot of audiences to be interested in her. So then she started her own Instagram live sessions. So she used to dance there, but because by that time Instagram was only limiting 50 people at one go, she started diverting customers to a Zoom link. So she could have a lot of customers watch her twerk and do her thing for a fee, of course. So she made good money because she claims on a good night she would make like upwards of 300,000 Kenya shillings, which is like $2,000. So she did that, and then after some time, she started shifting focus to other business ventures. So she did an interview after gaining that notoriety. That was like 2 years ago, and she was laying out her plans. She was saying how she intends to own Airbnbs. She wanted to be settled by the time she's 27, as in have a family and all that. And also hoped that by that time she'd be able to travel around the world. So it seemed like her dreams were beginning to materialize because she was called for an event to the US because she used to perform as a video vixen on a lot of musicians' videos. So she was called to an event by Naiboy, who happens to be a Kenyan musician. She went for the event in the US. And before she went to US, she had been communicating with a guy who was attracted to her. And that guy actually visited her in Kenya once. So when she went to the US for that event, she met up with that guy, and the guy didn't want her to return back to Kenya. So for her to regularize her stay in the US, they decided to get married after 1 month. But unfortunately, this guy's parents were very against that union because it's understandable that the guy didn't know her that well, given that she's a foreigner, because obviously she's from Kenya and the guy is a US citizen based in the US. The parents maybe felt like they didn't know her that well, but they could have had other reasons as to why they hesitated, because she is a foreigner. The other thing could be the fact that a lot of people marry Americans for the sake of getting a green card. And the other thing that really worked against her was the fact that the parents Googled SHERLYN ANYANGO, and all the raunchy videos she did on Club COVID came up. So they warned their son about her, but unfortunately by that time, or is it fortunately for the two of them, they had already married, yeah? So I think the guy's parents were in his ear because when they started the relationship, the man never used to complain about what she did on Club COVID. But after some time, he started complaining about what she was posting on her social media and trying to like navigate her away from, you know, posting herself with revealing clothing and making suggestive poses. So anyway, I don't blame him for that, because obviously being a husband, you don't want people viewing your wife as something that they can access for pleasure. So they started having friction. Then one day, the man just left the state where they were residing and went to visit his parents, and then never came back for months. So SHERLYN was left lonely, wondering what's happening. Then she decided to up and leave. So she returned back to Kenya like 4 months ago, and she's been there since. So now she doesn't know what's going to happen, because she's been trying to get in touch with her husband, sending him messages by DM and WhatsApp. So she can see that the guy actually reads his messages, her messages, but he doesn't respond, he doesn't reply. So she's in a limbo. She doesn't know what's going to happen. She doesn't know whether the guy wants a divorce or not. But you see, now in the process of him not responding, she doesn't know how to